we doing that tonight?
Yes.
Oh, hey everybody, how are you? Mark and Mario here. We're playing some spicy Modern tonight.
We're back for another week.
Yeah, here at GameSwap Mason, brought to you by Top Deck Productions. We got two good friends up here for the round one match. Hunter Hershko Fugit and Ryan Kurz. I think these guys actually carpooled here.
Yeah, they did
today.
Definitely.
So you know they're close friends if you carpool.
That's true.
That's what they say. So I assume they're both playing mid-range decks. I believe Hunter's on Jund and Ryan's on Jund and Hunter's on Grixis.
Grixis control, I think. I saw some Jason Mind Sculptors in there, so
yeah, that's a hell of a card.
Pretty controlling.
Hell of a card.
So it should be a good round one.
Yeah, we're gonna. Is it starting? I think they're at the table, right?
Yeah, they're probably figuring out who's going first and such. So let us know what you guys think of Modern if you have been playing it. If anyone's watching in the chat, I just recently built a new Modern deck. It's a blue-white control deck based off of Starfield of Nyx. It's pretty interesting. Really fun one. It's basically just regular blue-white control, except instead of playing really expensive cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor and Snapcasters, I play really cheap enchantments that I was able to afford.
Yeah, and by cheap it doesn't mean the mana cost.
No,
we're playing Spirit. We're playing Sphere of Safety.
Yeah, Sphere of Safety.
Gideon's Intervention.
And don't have that one yet.
Sphinx's Tutelage.
Yeah, that's a sideboard. That's a sideboard option.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Mario to. It's all foiled out too.
No.
We got foiled promo colonnades.
I have two.
Mario, just lie to him. Just tell him it's all foil.
Okay.
It's all foil, folks. He got original Onslaught foil flooded strands for the low price of $3.50 a piece.
That is not true. I got regular cons flooded strands for whatever they were, 18 or something. Surprisingly, less expensive than I expected for the mana. I thought Hallowed Fountains and flooded strands would be a lot more, but they're actually
no, shocks, especially RTR shocks and cons fetches are really cheap, except for Steam Vents. Steam Vents just became $50, which reminds me that I purchased two from a local vendor, a guy around here that sells cards via Facebook, and I Venmo'd him the money about, I don't know, maybe 10 days ago, and I have not been sent my two Steam Vents yet. I'm wondering if that's because they spiked. But I need to get on him and get him to send me those.
I didn't realize that just like regular RTR Steam Vents spiked a lot.
Yeah, they're like $45.
Huh. I just got a foil one of those for my commander deck.
Yeah, they're extremely expensive.
Do you know what the flavor text is on the RTR Steam Vents?
Maybe.
I think it's fueled by genius, energized by madness, or something like that.
Well, that is exactly the Steam Vents you have to have in your mad genius.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Mario has a like a mad scientist theme.
Crafted with a genius, energized with madness.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I have a blue-red mad scientist themed commander deck. It was the perfect fit.
Yeah, we've got what are some of the cards in there? We've got Laboratory Maniac.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the flip guy? The werewolf, Civilized Scholar.
So I did just get that as well.
We've got Thought Flare.
Yep.
A lot of mad genius.
The Mirari
stuff.
Conjecture. That was a recent edition.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Dominaria was pretty
Musing about mathematical theorems.
Yeah. So it looks like Ryan's taking a mulligan here.
That's fine. I think one mulligan is fine. Any more than one mulligan for these players, and they're going to get out of reach of the other one. It looks like, are they both mulliganing?
Yeah, it looks like they're both.
Okay,
they're both
that's good.
Mulligan.
That's good.
All right, it looks like you were incorrect about the price of Steam Vents. Apparently, they're only $22 on Star City.
It's possible that Star City Games is out of stock. Then I would check the TCG mid price and see what you can get one for. Unless the spike just like went away overnight, but.
They have 31 copies of it.
Huh. I could be wrong. It might be the original Ravnica Steam Vents.
The OG Ravnica. Those are pretty expensive. I know that.
But none of the OG shocks are as much as 50. I think it's just the Steam Vents.
Sure. Nope, Guild Pack Steam Vents.
We're getting confirmation that the Guild Pack are 30.
Apparently Mark was super misinformed about the price of Steam Vents.
No. This definitely happened. It might have just been a momentary spike for some reason.
Yeah.
Though. This happened sometime last week, and I assumed it had still remained true. But anyway, folks, I am actually curious if someone could get on MTG Goldfish and look up the price history, and if they could see a spike right around like April 30th. Speaking of April 30th, I was at trivia the other night, last call trivia here in Cincinnati, and one of the questions was, What NSYNC song sees massive spikes in play on April 30th every year?
Yeah, the song that Justin Timberlake goes, "It's gonna be May."
Yeah,
Of course.
It's gonna be May.
I don't know what that song is called, but
It's called It's called It's Gonna Be May.
Oh, really?
Well, it's called It's Gonna Be Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
me. Oh, sure, yeah.
Are there 31 days in April?
No, there's 30.
Okay.
All right, we are off though.
So
for-
turn 2
for our
confidant.
game, yeah.
I'm almost certain it's gonna get bolted or pushed right here.
I predict bolt. That's my. Nope, I'm wrong. can't bolt off the watery grave. Might not be anything.
Not without a Simian Spirit Guide Metamorphose.
No, that's true. It is definitely going to the graveyard, though. Yeah, so definitely a fatal push. Could be disfigured, I guess. No, spell snare. We were wrong. We were both wrong. It was spell snare.
Oh wow, that's one way to answer Dark
Yeah.
Confidant. I was just talking to Victor Kurz, Ryan's cousin, about Spell Snare. That card is the definition of tempo.
Yeah, definitely.
It is always
Trading
a
1 for 2 mana.
Yep, it's always a tempo play.
So we can look at Ryan's hand here off the Inquisition. You got another Bob, an Abrupt Decay, and a K command, as well as a Bolt. So Bolt probably not super relevant in this matchup. I think Hunter's more controlling.
Ryan kind of needs to hit a land drop, but it doesn't matter if Hunter can't answer Bob number 2.
Yeah, that's true.
If we can't answer Bob number 2, we probably just lose.
And you were really wrong about the Steam vents today.
I swear it
Maybe
spiked.
it was a different card.
No, it was Steam Vents.
Well, it was $18 on April 30th.
Okay, well, try like May 2nd.
I don't imagine it's changed a whole lot.
I guarantee that Steam Vents had spiked for some amount of time recently.
Interesting. So Hunter going with the basic island here. Oh, he also has basic mountain in hand. I was gonna say he doesn't yet have access to red mana, but
Well, he's got a Field of Ruin if he needs it.
And basic mountain.
I assume that's his only basic mountain, so he can't
deck,
get a
probably.
he can't get a mountain with his Field of Ruin.
Sure, yeah. So here is Bob number 2. We got these Judge promo Bobs.
Yeah, these things are sweet.
Yeah, they're very interesting.
Colgan's command on Bob is pretty good here.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Discard the Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay is definitely a good discard target.
Yeah.
Not going to do much in this matchup.
Ryan doesn't even have green mana to begin, and yeah, it's also not just a great card. Oof.
All right, taking the push.
Man, this Jace is going to be
extremely good.
Yeah, especially since Hunter knows about the bolt.
Since he knows about the bolt, he's just going to plus up. Which I think if you're Ryan, you just have to bolt it.
I think this is a very very popular theme for Hunter on camera, playing Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah. If you're Ryan, do you just bolt here anyway to get it to 2?
Well, he should probably just concede.
Yeah, you probably could just concede.
but yeah, especially because Hunter left the card on top.
Yeah. It's a Tarmogoyf. Oh, jeez.
I mean, like, it's literally not incorrect to concede here. Like, Ryan is never going to draw a relevant card.
No, it's.
I suppose it's possible. If Jace has to bottom a card and then Ryan has another relevant card underneath that, it is possible to draw something, but very slim odds.
Hunter can also brainstorm here and not really get punished for it. If Hunter brainstorms, fixes his draws with this fetch land, and is up a card, and then Hunter has to bolt the Jace, that's already like a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
And Ryan can't come back from that anyway. So
it looks like we left that one on top again. This is why people fear Jace in Modern.
Yeah, if
it goes unanswered, you just lose. Like
Ryan stumbled a little bit,
and his percentage to win is like less than 1.
Right, probably. And Hunter had good answers. And Ryan, that's the thing. That's exactly what both Bloodbraid and Jace have made it so that against these types of decks, you can't afford to stumble, or they'll just punish the shit out of you.
Interesting. It looks like Hunter's thinking about main facing the Snapcaster here, maybe for just another Serum Visions.
I'm okay with that play.
Yeah, it looks like that's what we're gonna do. Oh, Inquisition. Really? What do we care about? Fatal Push or Goyf?
We're not taking the Goyf, I assume.
Unless he left a green land on top and now is taking the Goyf. That could be.
That could be. I feel like if there was a land on top, you could have bottomed it, but maybe not.
Right, because off of just Swamp Blood Crypt, there's not many cards in Ryan's deck that are relevant here.
Yeah. If he were on 3 lands, it'd be different because he could possibly draw into Liliana.
Yeah.
But
we do take the Goyf.
So my understanding is that in the Liliana versus Jace, if both players have nothing but a Liliana and a Jace resolved, the Jace player wins. I could be wrong. But,
okay, so the reason Hunter didn't go with the Serum Vision there is because he left a Thoughtseize on top, which would have just taken whichever card he had gotten.
Right.
Most likely. Oh, now we are brainstorming. Looks like you found a Gurmag Angler there and 2 lands.
So Gurmag will close out the game pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely what he was looking for.
Ryan definitely.
Oh, no, that's not I'm sorry, that's not a Gurmag Angler.
What is it?
I don't know. It's like a.
Could be a murderous cut.
No, I think it was something like a spell or something. I couldn't really tell. Kind of looked like a Gurmag Angler because it was dark and it looks like it
dark
like
and looked kind of delvey.
Yeah, you know, it looked like it could delve. Oof, Ryan top decks Liliana.
Looks like that card could go spelunking, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So Liliana is castable off of 1 more land. And now Hunter does not have the information of that card in Ryan's
Did Hunter
hand.
just intentionally hide his cards from Thoughtseize by putting them on top?
Probably, yes.
That's a really common thing to do.
He did know about the Thoughtseize.
Yeah, really common thing to do in Legacy is you hide your best cards on top with Brainstorm.
Okay, the card I thought was Gurmag Angler was in fact Lightning Bolt, but I think it's a foil one, so it looks really dark.
Oh, you mean like a full art foil?
No, just a regular foil bolt.
Okay. Yeah, that's got to be a dark Lightning Bolt to look like a Gurmag Angler.
It is. Well, it's foiled. The foiling, you know, with the reflection made it look really dark.
Sure.
So we'll see if Hunter wants to brainstorm here, or actually, I think he already did brainstorm. Not sure, but the only card he doesn't know about that Ryan has is the Liliana. He already did brainstorm. Okay. So Snapcaster, probably K command. Yep. Down goes Liliana.
Man, Ryan just with all the resolve here.
Get back his other Snapcaster. Yeah, really.
This is sort of like being in round 9 of boxing, you know, and just taking it, just taking it. You know, we know who won, but Ryan's a trooper.
Definitely.
I suppose there are some draws that Ryan could have that get him back into this, like.
I don't know. He needs to go Green Source, Maelstrom Pulse.
So hear me out. If he miracles, a Thunderous Wrath.
Okay, to take out Jace.
Take out the Jace.
Right. Wait, can Thunderous Wrath target Jace?
Yeah.
Has that been errated? Do we know?
Oh, of course it has. Yeah.
Okay.
Miracles of Thunderous Wrath, takes out the Jace, and then draws a land, sticks a Phyrexian Arena.
Okay. We also have to get through this mana like Hunter has.
Okay, you need to first draw
Inquisition.
I was thinking more like a Savage Summoning. Is there a Savage Summoning for enchantments?
No.
Yeah, this one might be over.
Like I said, this one was over the turn Jace resolved. And we get the 3rd land. It's Black Cleave Cliffs. Unfortunately, still no green mana. Can't cast the Tarmogoyf in hand. Not really sure why Hunter is continuing to brainstorm.
Well, why not, you know?
He's just eating away at the clock.
I think Hunter's worried about the Thunderous Wrath. You know, he wants to get as many cards as possible before that goes off.
Of course, yeah. Thunderous Jund, they call it, right?
Thunderous Jund. I will tell you, I was actually pretty excited for a little while to try a Jund deck with Bloodbraid Elf and a bunch of Goblin Dark Dwellers, and then 4 Lightning Bolts, and then I was going to play the card. What is it? It's called. It's a 3-mana Lightning Bolt in red.
Open Fire?
No, but it has you can cycle it for 5, and then Jund color, so 8 mana.
Oh yeah,
to deal 6 damage to a target and draw a card.
I don't remember the name of that card, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it's called Puncturing. Or no, it's Resounding Thunder. That's what it is. Resounding Thunder.
Yep.
Folks, if you're ever bored and you want to make a Jund variant that's bad, just play Bloodbraid Elves, Goblin Dark Dwellers, and 3 to 4 Resounding Thunders.
Definitely.
And it will change. It will change your world. It will change your world.
So Ryan was dead there to the bolt. And triple Snapcaster. That's what you get when you brainstorm with Jace 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Now I will say it's not super likely that you find all 3. Well, I assume 4. Yeah, I assume he has 4. But I guess it's tough to say how many cards he actually saw there between the fetching and the brainstorming.
Right. Yeah, shuffled some away.
But I think Hunter did have a little bit of luck on his side, not only with the Snapcasters, but with his opponent having literal jack shit.
Well, I suppose,
straight garbage. I mean, actual hot garbage.
Ryan hit him with an Inquisition, which wasn't able to take Jace.
Right.
If he had a Thoughtseize there, it would have been a totally different game.
Right. Well, no, not really, because Hunter's hand actually developed Ryan was stuck on 2 lands
That's true,
still
but
for a long time. So I don't know. I mean, he had the Tarmogoyf, but that was not castable. His third land drop, which I think came on turn 6 or 7,
was a Blackleaf
Cliffs. So we still
you're
could
right.
not
He wouldn't have
cast.
had green mana.
I mean, I don't think he would have gotten it back into it even without the Jace.
Right. I suppose it just seemed worse. Like the Fate Sealing, keeping the cards on top was inevitable, regardless of whether or not he was actually Fate Sealed.
Right.
It's kind of like Schrodinger's Fate Seal.
Schrodinger's Fate Seal. That's
there you
right.
go.
That's the best way to put it. Yep. And we've all lost to Schrodinger's Fate Seal before.
This is another classic Modern match of the battle, the wedges. You know, we got Grixis versus Jund.
Yeah, it's like really what's better, blue or green?
Yeah.
And everyone knows the answer is green. It's not even really a question. If you don't like Wild and Coddle, you don't even play Magic.
I don't like Wild and Coddle.
Well, that's why you don't play Magic.
Yeah, exactly. I just talk about it here.
Yep. Someone tried to tell me before we started today that Fiery Justice was bad.
No, they were getting under your skin.
I know. I know, and I let people do that on purpose so that I can practice talking. But Fiery Justice is not a bad Magic card. It's very good. It doesn't matter how much life they gain. In most matchups you bring it in, like Elves or Death and Taxes, it's about taking control of the board and card advantage, and it's always... I don't care if they gain 20 life when I cast Fiery Justice. It's totally irrelevent.
Someone in chat asked, is there someone here with Infect?
Maybe.
Probably.
There are about 40...
Well,
I think there are 40 players here tonight, so we'll look around and we'll let you know.
I will say, Infect seems... not very popular. I don't really recall
it's
seeing
not,
it
though.
often.
Well, it actually did get like 3rd, 4th place at GP Dallas.
Yeah, that is nowhere near here. I meant like literally
Oh,
here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's popular.
Play
no, you're right about that. I had it put together for about a month, and then I got sick of losing to Grixis Death Shadow because that matchup was like basically unwinnable.
That seems like a terrible matchup.
I think it was actually unwinnable. It doesn't matter how many Shaper Sanctuaries I had. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That it was just unwinnable. The 1 mana negates that they have in the form of Stubborn Denial, the insane clock they have, the 6 to 8 hand disruption,
they're
the fatal pushes, just brutal. Not a winnable matchup.
Their 8/8 can sometimes just be faster than your Infect.
Yes.
Although
also they have Is It Staticaster, which is just a terror. Everything about that.
Staticaster, it seems like it just destroys some decks. Like,
oh yeah, it's a good card.
It seems similar to the Chain Whirler effect in Standard.
Yeah. Chain Whirler makes like playing Llanowar Elves really sketch.
Yeah.
Not that you can't play Llanowar Elves in Standard right now, but if you do, you just got to be prepared to get destroyed by a Chain Whirler.
Very often.
That card's insane. I think that card is going to make modern goblins a tier 1 deck.
Is that really what they were missing though?
Yeah, it is. The Goblins has good matchups against a lot of decks. What they have bad matchups against is opposing green-white creature decks. Like Goblins has a horrible matchup. Horrible matchup against like Bant Company. Horrible matchup against Naya Zoo. Bad Jund matchup. Now it doesn't really help the Jund matchup, but well, it does. I guess it kills Dark Confidant, which is not not irrelevant.
It also, well, I guess it kills Lingering Souls, but that's not in Jund.
Yeah, killing Lingering Souls is a big deal.
Yeah.
People think that Abzan's bad right now because Jund is just better with Blood. I don't think that's true. I think Abzan's actually a really good deck.
I mean, it's definitely in the thralls of the competitive wedges.
I think that Path is good right now, and that's clear. If you look on MTG Goldfish, the top card of this past week's MTG Goldfish 5-0 list is Path to Exile. Actually, more copies than Lightning Bolt. And on top of that, Noble Hierarch into Siege Rhino on turn 3, turn 2 Lily, turn 3 Siege Rhino. Those are really good plays in this meta.
Yeah.
I'd rather play, if I'm playing a black-green mid-range deck trying to beat humans, I think I'd rather be on Abzan than Jund.
Yeah. So Ryan again had to take a mulligan to 6 here. It looks like Hunter kept 7, and no turn 1 play from Ryan. We do have the turn 1 suspended Ancestral Visions there from Hunter. That definitely is very good.
That is good in the matchup. I don't think Ryan brought his Ricochet traps.
No, probably not. So we look at Hunter's hand. It is quite good. 2 Kolaghan's Commands, a Dreadbore, and a Snap.
Those are all very good.
Yeah.
I think Hunter... Actually, no, I honestly can't think of how the hand gets better than this. Maybe if the second Kolaghan's Command were a Jace.
Yeah.
But,
sure.
I mean, this hand is very good.
There's a
Pithing Needle. What do we name? Do we just...
Well...
We just name Liliana right now?
You probably want to name Liliana, which Ryan does have 2 copies of in his hand. He could go risky and name like Wooded Foothills or Verdant Catacombs or whatever, but that seems kind of loose.
Yeah, pretty sketch.
So
naming Scavenging Ooze is another possibility. I mean, Ryan's probably playing 3 of them. But I do like the blind name Liliana.
Yeah,
Seems pretty fine.
He did name Liliana, which does essentially
and Ryan's
get rid of 2 cards in Ryan's hand.
thinking, I hate this game. I hate my life. Why am I here? Oh, jeez. Yeah, this might just be over already. What are the other 2?
2 Bloodbraid Elves, actually.
So if Ryan hits land number 4, we got a game.
Definitely.
Unless he hits Bloodbraid into Liliana. That's no good.
No.
Bloodbraid into Colligan's command here would be insane.
So
because
interestingly,
you make Hunter discard and take out the Pithing Needle.
I'm not really sure why Ryan wouldn't just play Liliana there, just to have
it on
if he
board.
ever gets rid of the Pithing Needle.
Yeah, that's fair. I suppose that's
Seems
true.
like you might as well, especially since you have the 2nd copy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I guess he does give him more options to discard to Colligan's command by keeping it in hand. And it looks like we did hit the 4th land
the
with
tapped
Raging Ravine.
Yeah,
great.
Jund playing all these tap lands with their Bloodbraid Elves is kind of strange. You see people, not only the Raging Ravines, but also the Treetop Village, and then all your fast lands. Most people play like 5 fast lands, like 4 Blackleaf Cliffs, 1 Blooming Marsh, and that's very awkward because those things do not count as a real 4th land drop when you're trying to hit your Bloodbraid Elf on curve.
No, definitely not.
But this Bloodbraid's probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Unless we hit a 2-drop that Hunter can Spell Snare. He does not have a Spell Snare.
No, I understand his Snapcaster.
Does he have 3 Colligans?
3 Colligans.
Oh my. That's kind of a nightmare for Jund.
Yeah.
Those 3 cards are all very good. It is true that Hunter doesn't currently have a great answer to a Tarmogoyf, but he's also about to draw 3 cards.
Right, and there's another Snapcaster Mage. So we will see the first Bloodbraid here.
Colligan's command, though, is very good against Bloodbraid.
Yeah,
you kill the elf and
cascade into Thoughtseize. Okay.
So that's all good. I like all that. I think Hunter doesn't even bother responding. His hand's so redundant.
Right. Yeah, this is Ryan's kind of pinched here because he can take either Snapcaster or Colligan's command, but both get back the other.
Yeah. This is the reason to play Grixis is this hand of 5 cards right here. I mean, this is the loop. Those 5 cards plus Fulminator Mage.
Yeah.
That package is what really makes the deck go. That's the reason to play it.
Yeah. So we see K command kill the Bloodbraid Elf. Hunter drew the 4th Colligan's command there off of the Ancestral Vision. Oh my goodness. And then it also made Ryan discard a card, which he did just discard one of his dead Lilianas. Man, 4 Colligan's commands.
Yeah, I think the only way that Ryan can amass that much value is with more Bloodbraids. It feels ridiculous to say that Ryan needs more than 2 Bloodbraids.
Right, he definitely does.
So Goyf is not a bad draw, but he can't double spell Goyf because he only has 1 green mana. So Bloodbraid here. Okay, that's exactly what he wanted, though. That is exactly what we wanted. We're going to take out the Colligan's command, and I guess we can make you discard. Ryan doesn't have a creature to get back, does he?
He has Bloodbraid.
Oh, yeah. Because Hunter... Yeah, killed the last one.
This is the battle of...
Yeah, this is the chain. We're chaining off. Someone get Chainer, the dementia guy in here.
I don't know what that card's actually called.
the Cabal...
Yeah, I know.
Cabal Torment. Chainer, Cabal
Dementia Master?
Yeah, that's what it is. Master of Dementia, I think.
Maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Or Chainer's Edict. There you go. That's another one.
Man, this is quite the... I'm not sure...
The Battle of Colligan's command.
Who wins here based on this right here? I mean, the fact that Snapcaster blocks and kills Bloodbraid Elf is pretty embarrassing for Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter could also just fire off another Colligan's command, get back. Well, I guess he doesn't have a Snapcaster in the graveyard yet, so he would probably just make Ryan discard a card. Yep.
So, and Ryan's just going to discard...
Goyf.
Because he has 2,
he has the second one, yeah.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Another land for Hunter. So Hunter's hands is literally nothing but Colligan's commands and Snapcasters, but that might be all he needs.
So if Hunter actually Field of Ruin to the forest there...
You can't. Field of Ruin only targets zombies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Well, here's Bloodbraid Elf number 3. This one hits an Inquisition. Also,
so that's good. That's fine.
One of the ways. I mean, the only way Ryan can get through this is just by grinding it out, essentially. So this definitely helps.
So yeah, I don't think there's a reason for Hunter to respond there. I think it's all kind of a wash. when you're talking about Snapcaster Colligans, your hand in graveyard is such like a fluid membrane that it doesn't really matter.
So we did take the Colligans command. So we're now down to 2 Snapcasters, which does equal 2 more Colligans.
Do we just snap, block, Colligans, get back the snap here?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good line.
I mean, or are you shocking? I don't think there's any reason to shock the Blood Braid because you want to. You can just get.
It's the same result.
Well, yeah. But I think you want to be able to get the snap back. Yeah, I guess it's all the same. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So Ryan decides to discard Skoos. Skoos actually would have been quite good here, but without multiple green sources, it's not very.
Yeah,
exciting.
that's what's unfortunate. Yeah, the Skoos is.
Oh man.
The Jace. Ugh. But I don't think Hunter can actually. Can Hunter just afford to drop this here?
If he plays Jace, he only has 3 mana up, which isn't really enough. I mean, he can cast Snapcaster to block, but.
No, you have 2 mana up.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
You'd be really annoyed if Ryan hit the 3rd Blood Braid Elf.
Well, yeah.
But that seems kind of dubious.
Though, yeah, other than that, I mean, you did just draw 4 Kolaghan's commands, so maybe, we were in like one of those statistical outlier games.
Right. But I'll tell you, this actually reminds me of a game I played on camera last night during the Modern League, Thursday Night Modern. I played against Jonathan Topol round 1. I was on Naya Zoo. He was on Bant Vizier Company. And I played a Knight of the Reliquary, I think on turn 2 or 3. He hardcast Reflector Mage, bounced it back to my hand. I'm like, okay, that's kind of annoying because I have another one in hand. And then I draw another one, so I've got 3 in my hand. And then I cast a Bloodbraid Elf, and it Bloodbraids into my 4th Knight of the Reliquary, which cannot be cast. So I just I saw all 4 Knights. I got straight just savaged by these 2 Reflector Mages he played.
Jeez.
I lost the game with a bunch of Knights in hand.
All right, so Grim Player here is actually decent. It doesn't die to Kolaghan's command.
That's true.
And it also is just a decent throw. It also doesn't die to Bolt.
Yeah.
It does get bounced by Jace, however.
Yeah. Though if Jace is just being played to unsummon, I think that puts Ryan in a pretty good spot. Top deck Bolt or Kolaghan's command will kill it.
Yeah.
Or top deck Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Dimir colored Bloodbraid Elf is? Can't think of the name right now, but it's a bird horror, I think.
What? The Cascade card? You mean?
Yeah, it's blue-black Cascade.
I don't know what it's called.
But instead of getting a 3/2 haste, you get a 0/1 flyer that has regenerate for 1. If someone knows the name of this card, tell us.
Why? That sounds awful.
It's pretty bad.
0/1 doesn't even have any power. Doesn't even attack.
It's a 0/1 with flying and regenerate for 1 black.
Quite bad. And
but it has Cascade. Yeah.
Wait, so we dreadboard the Grim Player there, yeah.
Okay, so Nile Spellbound is pretty good.
We're immediately gonna crack it.
That seems fine.
Draw a card.
Yeah, doing that while your opponent's tapped out is probably optimal.
And now we do get to resolve Goyf, which without the dreadboard there, Goyf is not gonna be easy to remove.
Yeah, and if Hunter just unsummons this,
then we do Fatal Push.
Okay, well, I was gonna say if Hunter unsummons it, then he's at 2 loyalty, and then Ryan can Kolaghan's command it.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty good, but. Yeah, Fatal Push is a good draw.
All right, Hunter's picking up his off-screen Jace the Mind Sculptor to get it into play. It's a good way to do it. Oh no, actually, he just knocked his island over. So I'm assuming this is going to Brainstorm. Yeah. Finds another Fatal Push and 2 lands.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's not great, but we do have this fetch land here, which can shuffle it away.
Yeah, the Pithing Needle out of Hunter was really, really powerful here. Because otherwise, Ryan could have just stuck the turn 3 Lily, right?
Yeah.
Well, he still could have stuck it. It just wouldn't have activated. Is it actually possible that if Ryan had actually done what you said and played the Lily into?
I mean, the Liliana is still in his hand, so.
I know, but if he had it on board when we had talked about earlier, when he played it. When he decided not to play it into the Pithing Needle, the way his hand developed, I think hitting the Bloodbraid into Thoughtseize and then Bloodbraid into Kolaghan's,
yeah.
I think he would have been in a much better spot.
Definitely.
Him choosing to take that mana. Now it's unclear how the game would have developed differently, based on how Hunter would have responded to that. But I think that would have put him in a much better spot here if he'd just done that.
Yeah, I mean having Lily in play would be great here. He hasn't been able to cast it because he's had to use all his mana.
Right. Exactly.
The card is Cathari Remnant.
Cathari Remnant. Can we get that on screen here, folks? It's a hell of a card. The
like
blue-black Bloodbraid elf, I'm telling you.
Absolutely terrible.
The hunters
card.
should probably be playing it, you know.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean,
why
both
is he
these,
playing Jace the Mind
yeah,
Sculptor?
if you're gonna play the black
wow,
red
this
mirror,
card is bad. A bird skeleton.
bird skeleton. That's right, not a bird
A
horror.
0/1 flyer for 4.
Mm-hmm.
That is just awful.
Well, think about it this way: if you hit a Liliana, it's just a 4-mana Liliana that gave you a blocker for Liliana.
Sure.
How bad is that? Not that bad.
Yeah, you know. Seems kind of bad.
It's actually not that bad. The reason that it, frankly, the reason that it sees no play ever anywhere is because the colors make so much less sense.
Yeah, like for Cascade.
Yeah, like
right?
you don't want to have it in a blue deck.
All right. So Jace has brainstormed twice at this point, which probably means the game is over.
Yeah, I would say
Hunter's hand
so.
is now Spell Snare, Bolt, Snapcaster, Cryptic, Fatal Push.
Yeah, Spell Snare is brutal here.
Every card in Hunter's hand is relevant.
If Ryan could hit a 5th land, oh, he does have 5th
Yeah,
land.
he has a land.
If Ryan could somehow Goblin Dark Dwellers, that could be pretty good.
For Kolagon's command?
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't spell snare.
Terrible,
you can't spell snare a Goblin Dark Dwellers.
No, you can Cryptic it, however.
That's fair.
So this Inquisition here is going to be very unfortunate, as it will not be able to take the Cryptic in Hunter's hand. It will let Ryan know about it, but there's not much he can do to play around it. Unless, of course, Hunter just fires it off, which it looks like is what he's going to do.
Do we counter bounce your Blood Crypt? Is that a play?
No, just counter draw off on another Bolt. So here's land Bloodbraid. We do get a Cascade. Bloodbraid is probably just going to eat a Lightning Bolt. Or
probably the Fatal Push, actually, right?
he doesn't have a way to trigger Revolt yet.
Oh, I thought that Watery Grave was a Polluted Delta.
Oh, nobody here is playing Inflect. Yeah, that's not surprising, as I said, not very popular around here, but sorry to Smoke Ruer. All right, well, here's Bloodbraid. We Cascade into Scavenging Ooze.
So that's not bad, but Hunter does have a lot of
terrible.
cards. Yeah, so we're going to Spell Snare the Ooze, I guess.
Could also just Fatal Push that one. But that does leave us... I mean, I guess either way.
It seems like a good time to use the Spell Snare.
Yeah.
I mean...
Especially because we can't... Well, I guess it doesn't. I was going to think, like, between Tarmogoyf and Scavenging Ooze, Spell Snare and Fatal Push equal both, or answer both equally, so...
Right.
And we bolt Bloodbraid. And Hunter gets another turn with Jace, which... slowly inching him out of this game.
Thundermaw Hellkite.
Hunter's favorite.
Yep.
Thundermaw Hellkite.
I'm a big fan of him playing that.
So, does he have enough mana? No, he doesn't have enough mana to Thundermaw and hold up Cryptic. He's a ways away from that, actually, but... well, 2 land drops, I suppose. He could just slam Thundermaw here.
Yeah, you might as well. I don't see how it...
Well, it
comes
actually would
back
have
to
been bad,
bite you.
because the Liliana would have caught it.
Oh, make him sack it. Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
There's now Spellbomb. Which, there is a Snapcast on Hunter's hands, but... I'm assuming we'll see that as a response to the Spellbomb, or... yeah. Thundermaw Hellkite. Very interesting finisher in Grixis control, but... it does look like... it can get the job done in this game. So we're going to Snapcaster Cryptic the Spellbomb itself. Draw another card. Finds yet another Bolt. And yeah, this one is just about over. We do get to resolve Liliana, but it just is not going to be enough here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jace just draws too many cards, and Hunter's been utilizing it for too many turns. Be very tough. Now, I guess if Ryan could somehow resolve a Rakdos Return.
The standard Jun All-Star.
I assume Rakdos Return can no longer hit Planeswalkers.
I don't know. No, because is it a loss of life?
No, it's damage to an opponent.
Man, that rule is actually really confusing.
It's really impactful.
Yeah.
It's much more impactful than I think people thought it was going to be. But Rakdos Return deals damage to, it takes X cards from their hand and deals X damage to the opponent.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it no
doesn't
longer.
hit planeswalkers,
I think it used to, but it doesn't anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Oh no, they changed. The errata is to target opponent or planeswalker.
Oh, okay.
And then it says that player or that planeswalker's controller discards X cards.
That is very wordy, but
yeah, I don't know. It seems like this rule just made things worse.
All right, so Hunter's just putting this one away. We got in there with Thundermaw. We main phase snap bolted, just to lower the life total, and with Ryan down to 5. Looks like this is going to be the end.
Man, Ryan just dogging it out, taking it like a man.
Yeah, that was 2 rough games. Round by Jace.
Yeah. I will say, I do think that the Snap Colligans package might make Hunter slightly favored in this match, but I think it's very close. I mean, Bloodbraid Colligans is also very good.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do tend to think Grixis is favored here.
It is very dark back here.
Oh yeah, there were too many lights, so I turned one off. But now it's like too many. It was
much darkness.
I felt like it was.
Yeah, we are just kind of drowning in darkness.
Too much darkness, as they say.
Too much darkness.
That's what they say when you're playing against ad nauseum.
We're gonna have to
they bring in 3 darkness. Yeah, fine, we will. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we'll try to get another match for you folks.
Yeah, we only have 20 minutes left though, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do that. There wasn't a whole lot of time.
We'll take a look. We'll get back to you about that, but for the time being, don't go away.
Well, we'll stay here and talk about whatever while our stream runner looks for another game.
No, we won't.
We will.
All right.
We have
Well,
to do that, unfortunately.
I kind of wanted to buy a Subway sandwich.
I have no body. It's just a head in the dark. Yep, that's it. That's just me.
Which is fine. That's fine.
I'm actually a. Have you ever seen? I can't really think of what this is. Like a head that's just like strapped to like a robotic machine. That's me.
All right.
MODOK, the Marvel character. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That
I was thinking like
one option.
Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Also that.